Hello, this is Sally Hoskin, Master Gardener in Becker County. We're continuing to talk about pruning. There are some other aspects that are good tips for you. Pruning is typically done here in Minnesota in March. That's the late dormant season. And the reason we do it at the late dormant season is that, as you know, there's no leaves on the trees, and that means there's no nutrients running, the sap running to the trees and then to the upper branches and then back down to the roots. So we don't want to wait until that is starting to happen, which is April and May and so forth. We want to do it right before that happens, because we're taking fewer chances and not encouraging disease or insects. One of the things that a lot of people don't notice is sucker branches at the base of their trees. And sucker branches are really, really a waste of energy for the tree. It's kind of like leaving the lights on in your house. They're absolutely no good to the tree, and they suck the energy from it. So if you have sucker branches at the base of your tree, prune them off. Another thing is, if you're looking in March or early before the leaves come out on the tree, take a feel of the branch. If the branch feels limber, that means it's still living. If it is brittle, that means it is dead. In this case, it's kind of in between, but as you can see, the color of this branch is different from the color of the other branches. That branch is dying. So I know that although it's not real brittle, it's not real supple either. So I'm just going to take it off. And we take it off down. There is a swelling between the branch and where it branches off from the main trunk. There's a little swelling there. In this case, we're going to take this one off. And there's a little swelling right in there. That's called the collar. The collar is the thing that helps it heal. So we do not want to take that off. We want to leave that on. And leaving that on is why we don't need to use that black, remember that black paint years ago that they were using to protect the tree after you made a cut? Well, they don't use it anymore because the collar does its own healing. So we're going to whip that off. Here's another one. And I think that pretty well does it for this one. We've already talked about branches that rub other branches. And the thing about branches that rub is that they create a break in the bark, and as a result, the bark peels away or is no longer there, and disease and insects can get into the tree. So that's why we want to take off the ones that are rubbing together. Let's go see about a couple of red twig dogwoods. Hi, now we're talking about the shape of a tree, because frequently the shape of a bush, I should say, is very important to landowners, and they have their own specific choices as to what shape they want their plant to be. I happen to be into native plants, and native plants frequently do their thing. Now, one thing I hasten to mention here before we go to the red twig dogwood is oaks. You do not prune oaks between April and June. March or July, but not in those other months because of the danger of oak wilt coming to us. So leave the oaks alone these days. Now to the red twig dogwood. Take a look at this and see how you think that shape is for you. Do you like the shape? What would you do differently? In my case, To me, this branch comes over too far. It leaves the plant unbalanced. So we're going to take that one off. And way at the ground level. Okay, then we take another look. And there's another one over here that is also too far out. So I'm going to take that off. And because that makes it about a third of the plant, that is going to be the final cut on this plant. With that, I wish you happy pruning in Becker County.